Hello everyone, welcome to Buzfashions channel. If it is your first time of being here, please consider subscribing. And if you've been here before, do well to subscribe, like, comment and share. As you can see on your screen, today we are learning how to make 720-degree flare skirt. And to make 720-degree flare skirt, the first thing is to learn how to make 360-degree flare skirt, which means we are making two skirts today. One is 360-degree flare skirt, while the other one is 720-degree flare skirt. Trust me, with all I'm going to teach you, you will be able to make these two circular flare skirts immediately after watching this video. So let's get started. To make 360-degree flare skirts, we are going to make use of two major measurements, which is our length measurement and the waist measurement. The length we are using for this tutorial is 18.5, while the waist is 19 inches. Now, the first thing to do is to calculate our radius. And to calculate the radius, you are going to make use of your waist measurement. Our waist is 19 inches plus 1 inch zip allowance, because without the zip, the person won't be able to put it on. Therefore, our total circumference is 20 inches, 19 inches waist plus 1 inch for the zip allowance. And here is the simplest way of finding radius without bothering about calculation. Just divide the 20 inches by 4 and that will give us 5 inches. So just watch as we are going to get our radius with these 5 inches. On the edge of our fabric, we are going to locate the 5 inches curve. So we are going to curve it this way. These are 5 inches. Then you mark on both edge. After marking it, you are going to measure what you have. Then you balance. Now here I have 3 inches. I'm going to mark it on this other side as well. Let me make it 3 inches. So we are going to mark and rotate. So you are going to be marking as you are rotating. Then after getting to the other side, I'm going to measure what I have. Luckily, I have the 5 inches exactly. I have the 5 inches, which means my radius is 3 inches. At this junction, I want you to pay keen attention to what I'm about to tell you. In a situation whereby you measure your curve and it is more than 5 inches, the next thing you have to do is to reduce the length from 3 inches to like 2.5 inches. Then you reconstruct the arc and you measure again. But if it is not if it's not up to 5 inches, then you have to increase the measurement from 3 inches to like 3.5 inches. Then you reconstruct your arc and you measure. So you are going to repeat this until you get your actual measurement. So that is just it. Let's proceed. Now the next thing is to calculate our length measurements, and these are radius is part of the length measurement. The real length measurement is 18.5, so we are going to start our 18.5 from the 3 inches, and we are going to add 1 inch for the down folding as well. So that will give us 22.5 in total. This includes the radius of 3 inches. So I'm going to measure now. So we have our 22.5 inches. That is the length measurement. So we are going to write it somewhere. Now we proceed to folding of the 360-degree flare skirt. So we are going to have our fabric folded into 4. Remember why we divided the waist? We divided it by 4 inches, which is 20 divided by 4. That gives us 5 inches. So the 4 we used to divide it means our fabric into 4 fold. So that is the reason why we divided it by 4. Now we have it in 2 fold and into 4 fold. So we are going to confirm our measurement, which is 22.5. So 22.5 on this side, then the other side as well is 22.5 already. So we're going to construct our radius. The radius is 3 inches, so we are going to mark, then you rotate to get the arc or curve, but all is 3 inches. I want you to pay keen attention at this junction in order not to make this mistake. When you are to cut this line, you don't cut exactly on this very line. You don't cut on it exactly. You have to add ½ inch joining allowance at the upper part of the curve, just as I'm doing. So you don't cut on this line again. I'm repeating. You cut on the extra ½ inch above. So you can cut it now before constructing the whole curve, and you can construct the thing, but I'm going to cut it now. So I will cut it, then I'm going to construct my flay line. So now I'm going to measure what I have from the joining allowance to the down part. So that I'm going to rotate and mark. I've been marking it as I'm rotating it in order to have our curve. So here is our 360-degree flay. Now to complete the 360-degree flay skirt, we are going to slash this side open in order to accommodate our zip. Then we fix the band. That's all about the 360-degree flay skirt. Now we proceed to our main deal, which is 720-degree flay skirt. But let me quickly explain something now, and you have to be attentive. As a fashion teacher, I will start by asking you, what is 720-degree flay skirt? It simply means 2 circular flay joined together. Mathematically, the roundness of a circle is 360 degrees. Therefore, 2 360 degrees joined together will give us 720-degree circular flay. Now back to the second skirt, which is 720-degree circular flay skirt. And I want you to listen carefully, especially our slow learner in the class. If you are making use of elastic band, you have to make use of your hip circumference. And if you are making use of zip for the waist, then you have to make use of your waist circumference measurement. I hope that is clear. So now, for this tutorial, we are making use of elastic waistband. Therefore, the measurement we are going to need will be our hip circumference and length measurement. The length we are using is 18.5, while the hip circumference is 38. And based on my previous explanation, to get 720-degree circular flay, we are going to need 2 circles. Therefore, you are going to divide the hip circumference by 2. It means 38 inches divided by 2. Our hip is 38 inches divided by 2. That will give us 19 inches. This 19 inches, we are going to add 1 inch joining allowance to it. So that will give us 20 inches. This 20 inches is what we are going to use to calculate our radius. Divide the 20 inches by 4, that will give us 5. Then use the 5 inches to form an arc. Then you mark in order to get our radius. So now you confirm what you have. This is 3 inches. And here as well, we are going to have 3 inches. So I'm going to rotate and be marking at the same time. So after marking, I'm going to confirm if I have my 5 inches. So if I don't have it, then I'm going to reconstruct again. So this is 5 inches, which means 3 inches radius is perfect for the circumference. Now to the length calculation, we are going to add 3 inches radius plus 18.5 inches main length and down folding of 1 inch. The total will be 22.5. The next thing for us to do now is to fold our fabric into 4 and have a square of 22.5 length or 22.5 length. Now mark out your radius of 3 inches. Add half inch joining allowance at the top of the radius curve. After cutting out our radius, the remaining measurement will be upper joining of half inch plus main length of 28.5 plus down folding of 1 inch. The total will now be 20 inches. So that is what we are going to measure round, then cut out. Please, if you have any question, make sure you drop it in the comment section. I will make sure I attend to every question I have in the comment section. And if you are yet to subscribe up to this moment, please make sure you subscribe to this channel now. Thank you. We are going to use this one to cut out the second circle. So far we need another 360-degree flay. So I will fold it, then we are going to cut it out. Just place the first flay we cut out on the remaining fabric you have, then you use it to cut out the second one. Now we are going to cut out the radius as well, and after cutting the radius out, we are going to slash a side of both circles, so that will enable us to join the 2 circles together. Now we are going to have both circles right side facing each other. Then we head over to the sewing machine and join both sides. We are going to join this to this, and also the second side we are going to match it and join it as well to make a circle. Now after joining both together, this is what I have. So the next thing now is to cut out the band. Remember, our hip circumference is 38 because we are making an elastic waistband. So the 38 we are going to add 1 inch for the joining, while the width of the band will be 4 inches wide. So let's proceed to the band. Here is our band unfold, and the elastic is 23 inches. The next thing now is to join our band to the skirt, and I will advise you watch till the end, because after joining it, I'm still going to show you how to give structure or effect to 720-degree circular flare skirt. So let's join this first, then I will come back and show you. After joining it, this is what we have: our 720-degree flare skirt. And this skirt, you can also style it as a top. And after this, I'm still going to add something to it to give it more structure. But here is the first look, both for the skirt and for the top. So let's proceed, guys. So to our 720-degree flare skirt, we are going to add a support to give it more structure at the down part, and we are making use of Crinoline. The Crinoline we are making use of is 1 inch Crinoline, 1 inch. So I will head over to the sewing machine now and show you how to join it, because it also has a technique of fixing Crinoline. So here is the technical tip of fixing Crinoline. As you can see, it is stretchy. You can see. So if you want to fix it, you don't have to pull and you don't have to push. Just try and maintain the structure of your Crinoline. So that is the only technical tip of fixing Crinoline. Moreover, the crinoline will be on the right side of the fabric. You are going to place it on the right side, and after joining it, you are going to flip it inside and sew the tip of the crinoline onto the fabric as well. So that is just all about fixing your crinoline. Yeah, after adding acrylic line, this is what I have. You can see the structure. I'm super excited, and you can see the result on this lady as well. And this skirt, like I said, you can style it as a top. So let's compare this with the first look. So you can style it this way. You can see the structure as well. Very beautiful. So guys, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please make sure you do so. This will be your own contribution in the growth of this channel. Also, I want to use this opportunity to tell you that every Sundays 8 p.m. Nigeria time, I do go live on YouTube to teach the business aspect of fashion with branding. So always join me, because knowing how to sew alone is not enough to make it big in the fashion industry. So always join me on Sundays 8 p.m. Nigeria time to learn the business aspect of fashion designing. Thank you.